All right, everybody, welcome to the live. This is yours truly, TC. I'm delighted to have you here once again. For those that are coming back, if it's your first time, welcome to the live. If, as you may not know, I love talking about art, culture, and lifestyle. And for the previous weeks, I've been sharing or talking about art and how you can integrate bold art colors in your space. The intention of this is to kind of switch up, especially if you are a rental, if you are a short-term rental owner, or if you have if you provide furnished rental properties, and art is one of the things that you incorporate or not in your properties, this live is for you. If you're planning on, if you've invested in short-term rental properties, and you're setting out, you're trying to find ways of how to get your properties, how to furnish in style, but on a reasonable budget, this live is for you. Thanks for coming here today. So the last 3-4 weeks, I've been talking about how we can incorporate color, especially if you're in an area that experiences winter, areas like Canada, areas like the USA, East Coast USA. I've had even Florida got winter this time, but Florida has its natural. It has like the natural scenery. I think even throughout December is still vibrant. I hope so. But nevertheless, the ideas I'm talking about here can be incorporated in any part, any region you are, as long as you're not afraid of color, or as long as you're open to the idea of incorporating or integrating bold colors in your space, because color is everything. Color is everything. Color has a way it enhances our emotions. our moods. Color has a way it really improves our moods. So I think it's important that when we are putting up, when we are furnishing spaces, especially rental spaces, I'm giving this as somebody who's traveled and sometimes goes to some of the short-term rental spaces, and I kind of get a sense. I've lived some experience of what I find, and based on that experience, I share some of the things that I think are good about some of these spaces, and things that I feel need to change, just to enhance the guest experience for the customer as a rental owner, and just to enjoy the space and enjoy what you're paying for as a guest, right? So I'm looking at it on both ways, on both sides, as a guest, or as somebody who bear with me for a moment, or as somebody who has your space out there, and you want to find ways of improving that guest experience for your customers, or if you want to find ways of improving your revenue, getting more bookings, because some of the reasons that bookings might be low maybe it's that time of the year, or maybe the competition is high in your area, or maybe the pricing is too high, or maybe the interior is not up to par. Like your competitors are taking. Your competitors are kind of might be doing something that you're not doing, and they're kind of taking advantage of whatever they're doing, and that's taking away those guests from you. So if you're experiencing any of this, I share through the art, through the website, and some art pieces that I'm going to be showcasing here today, how you can incorporate the art, how you can incorporate bold art pieces into your space without having to spend so much as far as maybe changing the color of the space, or without having to add colorful furniture, or without doing taking very expensive moves, or without taking on expenses to improve or to revamp the place. So artwork, I think, is the most easiest way you can go about it, or interior, choosing accessories that really blend in with artwork. But also, when you're choosing artwork, please don't choose just any artwork. Choose your artwork with intentions. Choose artwork that makes a statement in your space. Artwork that is gonna put a big smile on your guests' face when they come in and see it. Artwork that is gonna really elevate everything else around the room. So be intentional with that, but also artwork that is bold, artwork that has vibrant colors, artwork that really uplifts and is welcoming into your space. So before we continue on, let me first get you familiarized with the website for those that are new here. All right, so this is the website that we're going to be working with. This website is so the artist we're working with is Christine. So I'm going to introduce the pieces I'm going to be sharing under Christine's art store. Right, so this is the art. So this is the art store. All right, this is the name of the art store. That's the art store is on a website called Fine Art America. This is the Amazon of artists. You're gonna find tons of artwork on this website. There's over 5,000 pieces, and about almost 5,000 artists have their artwork on this page. So it's quite overwhelming if you're coming to this page for the first time and you're not sure where to look or where to begin. But to make that easy, sharing the artist, so it's important that you know the artist. So when you go in, you can browse the pieces. Okay, so that's the so you can also Google Christine P's art store, and that will lead you right to the website, right? Which is Fine Art America, and this website has tons of artists from different parts of the world, right? So it's not only some people, because of the name, some people think it's only American artists, but it's a whole blend of artists from all over the world, North America, South America, Europe. I'm not sure about Africa, Asia, but there's tons of artists on this page. But to narrow it down, to make your navigation easy, just make sure you know your artist. And in this case, this is Christine's. This is Christine's art store. It's just like Amazon. You know, on Amazon you're gonna find a lot of entrepreneurs. So you need to know which entrepreneur you're looking for and what products you're looking for. So it's the same concept here. So knowing who your artist is simplifies the whole job, and also it simplifies simplifies the whole idea of shopping, of browsing and looking for the pieces that you want, right? Because once you get here, you already know what you're looking for. You already know who you're looking for, and you know what they provide. So that kind of really cuts down on the time. Okay, so once you get to the page, you're gonna find let's see. So there's different categories to this page. It shows you wall art, home decor, apparel, phone cases, and all that. However, we're going to narrow it down to the art, because that's where our area of interest is. And when you look at the wall art will give you a default. When you get to the page and you go to the wall art, it's going to give you like a default a page like this that shows all the artwork, right? That's on the page. So you can go in, you can click, browse, find out what the artwork is all about. Most of this artwork has titles, and it also has some of the inspiration behind the art and the name. So you can read into the art, find out what it's all about, and then select. But if that's not really important to you, and you're looking for vibrant artwork, this is one of the websites with a lot of vibrant, colorful artwork. I've seen a lot of other artists on the site, talented, experienced artists. But if you're looking for vibrant artwork, colorful artwork, this is where you're going to find it, right here. You're going to find lots of beautiful pieces with vibrant colors, and color is everything, especially in the winter, when we're in the winter time, because we're spending a lot of time indoors. It's important to make that space cozy, warm, with vibrant colors. It's because it's good for the mood. It's good for our mood. It's good for our emotions, and it gives that comfy, warm feeling, given the fact that it's dark and cold outside, and we're spending more time indoors. So yeah. As a rental property owner or host, I encourage you to use art pieces like this to incorporate that in your space, so that and see how much of a change that's going to create into with regards to your customer's guest experience. All right. So for today, previously I was pairing the artwork. Most of the pieces here with living room furniture, just to give you, my audience, a gist or an idea on how you can pair up if you're in a space that has white walls, gray furniture, black furniture, and I think if those are the color tones that you have like the dark color tones in your space, and you also have the white walls. I think it's important that you incorporate a touch of color in that space to kind of create that warmth and that vibrancy for your customers. Now on the website here, as you see, this is a default setting or default page of how the frames would look on a basic on a basic frame, right? For instance, this is a basic frame which is which would be on a 10 by 6.5 print. So with the frame overall, the frame and the white mat here, your overall image comes up to 15, almost 16 by 12. But remember, everything here besides the artwork, everything here with the website, you can change. You have options as a buyer to go in here and customize your artwork, to customize the frame, the mat. This is the white border that you see around the image, and then that's the frame. So as a customer, you have the privilege of going in here and selecting how you want your image to be shipped out to you based on where you're gonna hang it, or where you're gonna have it, right? What the kind of space. So based on this, you can select the size of how big you want your print and overall image to be, and you can also select the frame, right? The color of the frame. There's tons of frames here, so you can select based on your liking. So you have to pretty much design the border, the white mat or the borderline mat inside the frame. You have to design that. You have the privilege of doing that, so that you're not. It's not an already made kind of item where you're just gonna go in and purchase, even if you don't like some of the some aspects about the image. You might like the image, but you might not like some aspects about the overall finished product. So this is why you have the privilege of going in here and changing the size if you want. If you're looking for a bigger print, you can also change the frame and select which frame you think works best for your mat, for your picture, or for your space. You can also select what kind of a mat you want added to your frame here, right? You can, for instance, in this case, I'll say you can choose to with the mat, you can choose to go like let's say like a light, like a cream. That's how that would change. Everything you create, everything you change here is going to be visible here, and it's also going to show you your price point. All right, right down to the material, right down to the quality of material that you like your artwork to come in. You can have it in a metallic. You can have your artwork printed on a metallic paper, or watercolor paper, or summer sort velvet, or picture rag, or semi-matte photo paper, luster photo paper, or glossy. So all these options are available for you as a customer to select, and whichever one you select, that's going to also change your price point, because the materials are different. Every material is different, and so is the price point. If you want to change the size, that's fine. You can change the size of your print, and the bigger the size the print is, the bigger, the more your price is going to add up here. Now the materials used in putting the image together is all guaranteed by the company. All right, so there's a guarantee on all material, and there's also 30-day return if you feel you're not happy with the product. But for the most part, because the material is good and you're also involved in the custom design, in the custom design of everything that goes here, chances are you're gonna, there's lower chances that you're gonna want to really return the artwork, right? Unless something happened, maybe it's got damaged along the way. But for the most part, everything should be fine. Everything is fine. The quality is guaranteed, and you have about a 30-day return. Now, you also get to see an overall of how the image looks like. You also get a detailed image of what the frame looks like that you've chosen. So before you actually make a final decision on whether you like what you picked or not, all those, the website gives you has features here that really give you a visual image of everything before you make that final decision. Okay, All right, now that being said, today we're gonna be looking at some of the favorite collection that we have here, Christine has here, and we're picking. So each week or each day we pick out one image that we work with, and then we're gonna match this. We're gonna match any one of these images with furniture. Again, this is just to give you it's just an illustration to give you hints or ideas on how you can integrate some bold art pieces into a room, especially a room with dark colors, but also a room that has a bold color, because you want to meet that energy, you want to meet the color tone, you want a nice colored flow within within the space. So I'm going to illustrate, I'm going to show you how you can use some of the images, some of the artwork here, and incorporate that into your space. But in this case, we're going to be using another website. This is a beautiful website that I've been working with. It's called Digs. It's actually Digs. It's digsdigs.com. And what it does on this website, it has different tons of furniture that you can actually work with, and then decide on which color tones you want to go with, or decide on which image you want to go with to match up with the in any space of the room, right from the living room and the bedroom. Now, I normally advise people that especially with the rental properties, like the area that you really want to put more energy on or focus your energy on, there is the living room area or the bedroom area and the bedroom area. That's why, because this is the first space when a customer walks in, this is the first space that they come into. This is anything around, anything within is gonna catch their attention, but most so the artwork, right? The artwork is gonna catch their attention. So it's important that if you're gonna spend money on framed custom designed pieces, or if you're gonna spend money on framed pieces, professionally framed pieces, you want to spend that money on pieces that are either going in the bedroom or pieces that are going in your bedroom or living room. And then the other spaces like the kitchen, the bathroom, or any other common area, you could use. You don't really have to use a high budget art pieces, but with the living room and the bedroom, you definitely want to do that. That's gonna actually, those pieces, the pieces especially in the living room, are like a lead, or they are the centerpiece that will guide you on what kind of furniture you're gonna use in other spaces, or what kind of color flow or color tone you should go with right from the living room, and then carry that same energy into the rest of the unit. That's the bedrooms, if there is one or two bedrooms, and then the other areas of the space that really have empty walls. It's important, again, if you're a property owner, please do not avoid having blank walls in your space. I prefer, I would rather walk into a space that has dull art than walking into a space that has nothing at all. There's nothing like walking into a space that has blank walls really gives like a sense of emptiness, or it's like a space has not been, it's like incomplete, right? So if you're a property owner and you have furnished spaces, make sure that artwork is incorporated in your space. Even if you're on a budget, at least get two pieces, one for the living room, and if the budget doesn't fit two pieces, at least have one professionally fitted piece in the living room, and then do that. And then find some pieces that kind of relate to what you already have in the living room to the other rooms. Okay, so let's move on to the site. Now this is a site. This is a site which has actually beautiful. It has beautiful designs, inspirational designs that can really help you incorporate. So we're going to work with this and see how best we can use this as an illustration, as an illustration to, or as a demonstration on how. Just bear with me here for a moment. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay, so we're going to use this as a demonstration. So I was looking at some of the images here, and this time around we're gonna work with the color blue. I like the color. I like the color blue for a reason that it's like a change, or it's a shift away from the regular colors that we see in units. For instance, the white colors, gray colors, this color gray and white, which are a very popular color tone. I feel like the blue or any other color is a good shift away from the usual colors. That's number one. The other thing is like also when you're adding colors like this, sometimes with colors, sometimes the color project what kind of energy you're trying to reflect, or what kind of customers you're trying to have the space for. So I normally feel like the pink, if you have pink soft tones into a room, that's more of the it's more like feminine energy. But the blue, as we all know, blue is a color that really is used to reflect masculine energy. So if that's the kind of client that you want to that you're targeting, then I would say blue is a good color to go with. And it's a good change away from your regular gray, black, or white tones. But nevertheless, even if it's white, you can still incorporate. If your walls are still white, then that's when you want to incorporate color, incorporate artwork that really has nice bold colors that are a contrast to what you have in the room. So in this case, this time around, we're going to be looking, last week we were looking at living spaces, like the common area, like the living room. So today we're going to be looking at bedrooms, and of course, we're going to be working with the color blue, and I want to show you how you can blend this on some of the pieces here into a space like this. Okay, so this is one of the spaces that I was looking at. I like this. I like the tone, and in this case, I thought maybe bringing in something like this with either this with a French blue color, with a French blue matting and a gold frame, because there's you see some touches of gold here. Now normally I prefer not to have artwork or any framed pieces like mirrors hung in this part of the room, because again, unless you're really secure with how the artwork has been hung, especially if this is in a rental property, then I would say maybe I would personally go with light decor around here, and then maybe choose a piece like this to go. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Let's go. Okay. And then we can choose to have this, but for demonstration purposes, I'm just gonna show you how this can still blend nicely into a room like this, a room with this color. And maybe it looks, if it's centered, that would be fantastic. But I would personally prefer having this maybe on this side. On this side of the room, where you have this side of the wall where actually the feet face, as opposed to having it here, and then have maybe a lighter interior decor right here, because again, if it's a rental property and you have guests, more than 2 guests, you know, there might be some extracurricular activities, and whatever you have here may end up going down. Sometimes that might cause a problem for your guests. So I would prefer maybe having lighter, but then have an image like this on maybe on the other parts of the wall. I still feel like this kind of blue would blend in, but also the image is so serene. It kind of gives you it's an image I would like to look at if I woke up in the morning. It's peaceful. It's showing tranquility, calmness, and all that. I wouldn't mind waking up to something like this in the morning, right? And it's also bright, and it shows like it's a bright day. I mean, it's a good way to start the day before you really go outside. If I personally look at this when I wake up in the morning, it just gives that impression that it's beautiful out there. So which kind of it's going to motivate your guests to want to go out, right? Or even it helps the emotion. It kind of changes the mood for your guests when they get up and you're looking at this kind of image with a fresh, nice, calm, that's something. I wouldn't mind looking at this in the morning. And now let's look at some other pieces that we have. Yeah, so the reason I like this, I find like the frame, this is in a gold frame, and also that touch of French blue kind of blends in very well because the blue, the background is more darker, so this is more like a lighter blue. Or the other way to go about it, you can also have this matte change to a white matte, and this will still sit perfectly either here or any other part of the wall, as long as it's the same tone, right? But I like the idea of having mirrors is a nice one, especially on the opposite, like on the opposite in the opposite direction. Like if you have, let's say if this was a wall, if you have an image here and then you have a mirror on the opposite side, it kind of reflects the image, which makes it look as though there is two pieces, but also at the same time it kind of brings in that light. So I like what they have here. So let's look at some other pieces. Nice. Now this is the kind of decor I was talking about. So if it's lighter decor like this, it's much better to have lighter decor like this, just above the head, as opposed to having frames or mirrors here, because again, unless this is really secure, if there's any banging going on and there's a piece of artwork here or a mirror, that could end up coming down. So unless you're really you feel like it's secure where it is. But also sometimes some people might not really feel comfortable having like a frame hanging over their head. So I personally would like the idea of having something like a piece, like a lighter decorated piece like this, even if it came down. I mean, what are the chances it's going to come down? Because it's much lighter, but even if it came down, it wouldn't cause any kind of injury or damage, or so yeah. But I still like this wall, and I also feel like I like the wall, I like the blue, and I also feel like now, just for purposes of demonstration, I feel like this image would still blend in nicely with this space. The only thing that I would put it on a different side of, if this is a much wider, if this wall goes all the way around, then just bear with me for a moment. I think we keep losing. Yeah, if this wall goes, or if that's the same color tone, then I would put this on I'll put this in a different corner of the room. But I do see there is an art piece that has been put here, and maybe you just have, if you went for like a smaller size that would fit here, I think that would still be perfect. Let's try that. So with the website here, if you want to tone down your artwork, you can do that, or you can also change the shape. You can change the shape of your artwork to a more vertical. So you can either have a wider, which is like the horizontal, you can have it in that shape or that layout, or you can have it in a more vertical layout, which is that. And that is a small, so this would be a small print, 8 by 10. And if if you had that under if you had that with a 1.5 matte in a golden frame, this is the frame, and this is the beauty of the website. It shows you all the other details about it shows you all the details of how the artwork is gonna look. It shows you the frame, and it also shows you how the layout will look on a wall. Now, with a small piece, with a small print like this, 8 by 10, once you add the border and the artwork, that will give you 11.5 by 13. So if you round that up, that will be almost like a 12 by 14. So you will see the overall dimensions just below the frame. Once you pick your the print down, and you also pick your frame just below it, once you're on the website, you will get the dimensions of the image, dimensions of the border mat, you get the dimensions of the frame as well. That's width, and then you also get the overall dimensions, which will give you the general size of the whole image after it's all framed. Now remember, all these are professionally framed pieces. Okay, and that's the beauty of that. So the hanging mechanism is already so once you do your purchase, you have to select the hanging mechanism of how you want your piece hanged. There's two options, I believe. One is the standard wire hanging mechanism, which is normally behind the frame, and then the other one is the mechanism that has posters, like posters on the these are posters, so you get your holes drilled in 4 corners of the frame, and then those posters are attached to the image once it's shipped out to you, and then you just have to screw the posters in the wall and then put the other pins through the frame, and then right into your picture and on the wall. So it comes with instructions on how you have to set that up. Okay, so let's go back to more images of let's see what else we have. So today we're working with blue tones, with the blue color tones. So most of the furniture pieces we're going to be seeing, or most of the layout we're going to be seeing, is going to be in a blue tone. So this is another piece we're looking at now. Again, if you chose to go with that, I still feel like this works perfect right there. See that? That image still works great there. Again, because for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna show it right here. But as I said, I would maybe prefer having it on this side. Or shoot, bear with me. I prefer having it on this side of the wall, right, as opposed to having it here, then have lighter decor right here, something that won't fall. But for purposes of demonstration and how this artwork, this piece would go, this is how it would look like. And I think it blends in beautifully with the it blends in nicely with the blue. I like the tone of blue. Okay, and I also like the touches. I like how they've how the designer here is mixing up the tones, so it's a touch of white and blue, and that with your brown piece of furniture. So because all these colors, the blue tones also work well, but bring in elements of nature. Now I say especially for those of us who are in Canada, if you're dealing with rooms like this, when you bring in artwork, either bring in abstract artwork that has natural colors, your natural tones, but make them vibrant. Or if you're bringing in photography, bring in photography that reflects nature in bright tones or bright colors. That elevates, that uplifts the space. So I thought this image really goes well in a bedroom, because it gives you that serene, peaceful, quiet, bright morning. Okay, so let's move on to another. Oh, nice blue tone. Oh, nice. I like the blend of, the touch of white and blue, and then the frame. Again, I would put this right here, but in a smaller version right here. Now, if this is the other thing, like if you have enough space on both sides of the wall to balance out the art, if you have one piece here, you want to also put one piece over this way, but because we can't see what's going on, so we're just going to focus on that. So I still feel like this piece would still work in nicely on this side of the wall. And look how it blends in with a pot. I think it's a plant of flowers that are laying right there. And some people would prefer having it here, but again, as I said, if you feel comfortable and secure, why not? Okay, let's look at some other. Oh, I like this. I like this blue. I like this. It's like a soft blue. I like that. And now in this case, I think in this case I want to try to see if we can make the mat, like give it a like an indigo. How do we feel about this? It's like an it's like indigo. It's like an indigo mat. That's how it looks like, because the tone, this is a light tone. I thought maybe give the mat like a darker tone. How is that? And that's the beauty of this. You can change your mat, and you can also try out with the space, and just on the color tones that you have in the space, you can try out. And also the other thing, you can also change the mat width. Like if this is too deep and you want a small mat width, you can keep it at that, and then that still would work beautifully here. So you have like a darker blue, it's a gold frame, and you also have gold frames, like your lighting here is in gold. So let's look at that. I feel this would still work nicely over there. Let's see which other. Oh, again, this is a nice blend of blue. Look at this wall. I don't think I would want to put maybe something. I mean, I like the details that comes with the wall here. This looks like it would be perfect for a frame, but it just makes me nervous having artwork. But I mean, it looks good. Look at that. Maybe a different area of the room, but the color tone really goes well with the art piece. Let's try it in a lighter blue. So if we tried that in a lighter blue, that's how it would look like. Or if we tried that's like a French blue. Or if we did the mat in a white. Like if we change this to a white, let's see. Oh, okay. So this is how it looks like with. I mean, if we wanted to break the pattern of the blue tones, you can either change that to a white mat and have that because the background, because there's enough blue going on, so we could turn that. We can change the mat to a white, or you can keep it at. You can still go with, if you want to keep that light blue, you can still go with that French blue, and I think it will still. I believe it still looks good because the background is a more darker tone, so it still looks great. All right, so let's look at another blue tone. I like the wall. This is you can tell this is a nice high wall. And there's plenty of it. Now for this, I would prefer maybe putting, now for those, if you can secure the piece right here, because it's not too close to the bed. You can still secure that piece there if you want to, or put the piece on the sides and then improvise maybe one piece here and then another piece on the side, a different piece on the side, one piece here or another piece here. Now there's also another piece that I want to share with you guys here that I still feel would work beautifully in a bedroom. This right here. Can we try out this piece? Let's go for it in a more vertical. I don't know how we feel about the matting. So we have the frame. We have a frame in that tone of blue, and then we have two mats that are going on here. We have a white mat, and then we have a blue mat, and then water. So how do we feel? There's like two mats here. And for a small 8x10, that would be the price with your frame. So with the frame, if you're to get a piece like this all framed up, that would be 11 by 13 with the frame. So let's try that here and see if that's. How do we feel about this? I feel like it works well. Right? Or we can choose to go with just, let's see. I like the 3 tones. It's like you're getting 3 tones of blue in this image. That's the beauty of it. So I think I would just leave the matting, but I like it's gonna pick up all the other blues that are going on in the room. But I feel this is this is an image that would be perfect in a room. That's how it looks like. Okay, then let's look out some other pieces, some other furniture, some other colors. I like the background here. For this, I think I would go with the other piece. I would go with this piece. Where is it? Favorite. I'll go with this piece here, right here. With a white frame. I mean with the white mat. Let's change that to white, from French blue to white. Let's see how that sits, and maybe we're gonna turn down the mat to 1. Let's see how that's. Unfortunately, we cannot get like a clear oh shoot. But this is how it would look like. Right above, either here for those who are comfortable, or other sides, or on the other sides of the room. But I think this, for a wall like this, I think it's better to have the mat, to have that royal blue touch right there. But we cannot visually, I can't see that properly because of the images that are in the background. But let's look at another one. Okay, so this is the decor I keep talking about. So if you have lighter decor that is not gonna easily fall, or I would prefer having decor like this, like light decor just above, and then have your images. In this case, I have your images on the side, like on the side of I would prefer having them on the side here. And look at the lighting. There's 2 sets. There's that lighting, and then there's this kind of lighting, hanging lamps. I'm not sure how I feel about this hanging too close to the bed. Maybe I would prefer this. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but definitely I like this. And having this on the side, I think would just complement the room. Having it either on this side or this side. Having like 2 pieces on each side, smaller pieces on each side of the bed, this side and this side, I think would work great. But I really like the blue tones that are going on here. That really changes it kind of breaks the monotony of a whole white room, right? So all you need is more art, some art here to bring the outdoors inside and give it that lively feeling. Let's see. Oh, wow. So what I'm noticing here is that most of the rooms, it's the background. The designer chooses one wall out of the room and just goes with one color, and that color kind of blends in. I like what they have here. I think that's I think that's an image, a framed art piece. Fantastic. It's like nature. These are like trees, which is perfect. It kind of creates that contrast. Although I wouldn't, are these two pieces? Although I would rather have it like on the sides, like here. Let me see if I can make this vertical. We can make it smaller. I would prefer having that on the sides. On the sides, either this side or that side. Have one piece on this side and have the other piece on that side, as opposed to having it here and then have maybe some decor pieces just up here, light decor pieces. But this is beautiful. I like the set. I like that touch of blue, and that touch of blue right through the wall, to the cushions, to the to the small accessories that are going on the bed, kind of breaks that pattern that's going on here. And then the artwork just sums it all up when you put a nice piece that reflects the outdoors. Beautiful. Let's see what else is there. I like the color. So the idea here is, let's not be afraid of color. Let's try to break the pattern of the gray, black, white that we see in a lot of furnished rental units. Like, let's not be afraid of color. Let's bring in more color. Color really color is good for the customer. Color is good for the guest. Color really changes the mood of the guest. So I think we should embrace color more and break away from the patterns, the monotonous patterns that are happening in a lot of units that you come across. Right from the outside, it's gray painting outside. You get inside, white, gray, black furniture. All so let's bringing in some patterns, bringing in some bold colors, and breaking away from the usual color tones. I think, yeah, that's it adds to the customer's guest experience, right? And it creates it's unique, of course. And it also makes the property stand out. So look at this. This is beautiful. I like the blue going on here. Now, I don't know if that's I think that looks like a mirror. I'm not sure if it is safe having a mirror hanging up here, but I mean, as far as the display goes, it looks beautiful, but I would rather maybe have a piece of artwork on the side here and another piece. Oh, actually, in this case, just okay, we can leave the plants hang up here, then add a piece of artwork right there, so that the plant and the image can really balance each other out, and then everything else just looks fine. So right there, that's perfect. I feel like that would look, so this is the image. I feel like it would look perfect here, right? And that, see how that balances out well with the plant. Or I would prefer having maybe that plant on one side, another plant on this side, and then having this artwork on this side of the wall, where whichever the wall in which the feet are, this side of the wall, I would prefer having it as opposed to having it here. I like the setting, and you see that this again breaks the white, because everything is pretty much white. The room is white, which is nice and refreshing in the summertime, no problem. But in the winter it kind of feels cold. So that's I mean, in the winter you want to bring in some warmth, some nice warm colors, or that natural feel, or bringing in images that reflect a warm place, or so yeah. But this is nice. I like the layout. So in this case, it's not the wall, it's the bed. Okay. It's the bed, and wow, the side table is quite unique. So again, this is I still feel this is a piece that would work nicely here. Although what I would like to do is see if we can change this frame from gold to a blue frame, and see how it will look overall. Let's change that to blue. So that's the first blue color, right? And then there's another blue frame, which is this one here. So I don't know how we feel about both, but I'm gonna try. Let me start off with this one. Let's make that the matte 1 point. How about this over here? Okay, let's just pretend that's gonna go. I mean, I would prefer having it on the side of the bed, but just for demonstration purposes, I would say we put it somewhere up here so that we can see what it looks like, but I think it would work better on the sides. But definitely I like what's going on with the colors. The blue, this kind of gives a break away from the white tones. But the only thing is, like, we can only see just part of the room, so it's hard to tell what else is happening in the room. Oh wow! Now I'm not sure. Is this is like a turquoise? Is that like a turquoise? What color is this? Wow. Yes, I like the colors that are going on here. I really like the colors that are going on here. I like the idea of having the art pieces on the side. This is a brilliant, as opposed to having the images here. This is a smart way of hanging them, so they are secure. Although I would go slightly higher. This is too close to the too close. If this was a guest room, this would be too close for the guests. They can easily bump it. So maybe putting the art pieces slightly higher, and let's see if this color would this blend, or let's see what I'm trying to see what other color would blend, because this is kind of giving me like a turquoise. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that, or I don't know if it's the lighting here. It's giving a turquoise, but I think on the screen it looks like a blue. Okay, so let's see which piece. I'm not sure if this really blends in. I think I have this piece I have in mind here. Let's see. I'm thinking this right here. So I'm thinking two pieces, either this one here. So we're gonna try that out in a frame. Let's see what kind of frame. Let's go. First, we're gonna bring down the. Let's change the shape to a more vertical shape. I wanna change this frame to a more rustic frame. So let's see if we could go with so there is that frame. And if it was, this is an 8 by 10, but we want to go for a larger piece. So there is that frame. I'm either thinking, oh, let's try out another white frame. This is a white frame with a very thin edge, but I like this other frame here because it does have it's much wider. It has depth to it. It also has It has, I also like the rustic feel. It's like a touch, it's like an off-white, it's like a touch of white in the inside, and then you get that gray. It's like a gray silver tone on the edges. So I like this. We're gonna try that out, but first I also would like to change the mat from a white mat. Maybe we could do an off-white, white with black core. Yeah, okay, so this is it. So let's try it out here and see how that. I feel like this could work. I feel like this could work here on this sorry, let's do a smaller, let's go for a smaller version. Okay. Oh shit, what's happening? Let's see. Okay. All right, so we're back. So we could do it smaller, like the smaller 8 by 10 in a horizontal. Let's see, square. Maybe square would be nice, and then have two of these pieces, like two different. We could do two different images. One on the side here, and a different one on the side here. Yep, two pieces, but then alternatively I'm also thinking of either that or there's another piece here that I have in mind that would work great. This here, in a rustic white frame, horizontal or vertical, with a 1.5 mat or 1-inch mat. I think this would also bring in some color in here. So one piece here, one piece over there. And that's how it looks like. And it has a touch of that blue. It has a touch of that tone, but then it also brings in some more colors, like, you know, your natural or your earth colors kind of thing, or natural tone colors. So I think that's a piece I would also incorporate on the sides here, but in smaller, like two different pieces on the side here. But I really like how the colors here, the chandelier, the furniture gives that velvety, cozy elevated nice piece of furniture. So let's try some other blue tones. So what we're getting here is just the side table or the side drawer. It's not so the focus is not so much on the furniture. I see the furniture is brown. There isn't enough space, but maybe an art piece on the side up just above. Something like this would still work in this space, but just slightly above. But here, because we're limited with the room, but yeah, see the color, the kind of color tone it brings in. Those natural colors still works. This would work perfect in a space like this. And that's the piece. Let's see. Okay, so we have some 10. Wow, here goes the gray wall. I think that's a gray. Yeah, it's a gray wall. It's also giving us the gray. It's like a lighter gray of a furniture, but then what they've done is like the side tables are in a give us that blue tone. I would still bring in a piece like this, put it somewhere just above, somewhere above, right? Or the other piece that we were looking at, or even a piece like this would do. A piece like this would do, just somewhere above the bed. Although I would change out, I think I would change that the white mat to white mat with the black core. This would fit perfectly just above the light, and would match it would match in well with the now I want to see how this would look like with a French blue tone. That's the French blue tone. I feel like the French blue tone also matches well with the gray colors. Yep, that's what it looks like. All right, let's move on. So we have maybe 8 more minutes if we still have more of this piece. I like these side tables that are coming in blue. Again, I would bring in that piece just above, and I'm hoping that the side tables are happening on both sides of the wall, right? So you would bring in one piece on one side of the wall. This piece would work well, and then on the other side, of the wall, we can change this mat. We can have the same matting for the same color. We can change that to a French blue, just like the other image, and also change the matting to a 1.5 or to a 1. And then have it on the other side. Oh, let me see. Let's have a look at the green. That's like a satin. Wow. Well, how do we feel about this? I think I would go with this. I think I would go with this here. No, wait, this here. The white with black core. And this would be on the other side. This would go on the other side of the other side of the bed. Well, let's try out the blue frame on this, see how that looks like. How do we feel about yeah, I think I would go with the blue frame as opposed to black frame, right? How do we feel about the blue frame? Same, so it would be the same 2 pieces, like you'd pick 2 pieces, like same frame but different image. This, and where is the other frame? Is this the one that we pick? So 2 pieces, this piece and this piece, but with the same frame, in the same frame, in a similar frame and similar matting, but different images. I think those would work perfect on one side of this of the table. And then the other side, I'll have a mirror on the other side of the table, and then have the image on this side of the table. Beautiful. Like look at the ooh, okay, so this one is giving us more of like the black more blue covers, but the furniture is like earth tone, your dark earth tone, or your neutral. Yeah, it's giving us more like a neutral. Let's see, I'm more interested in furniture that's okay. Look at, so this again, more of the grow walls. I'm not sure if that's a mirror. I'm not sure if that's a mirror, but is this like a new thing? Is this like a new style of having lamps hanging on the side? as opposed to having them here. Is this like a new trend? Is it like, it looks different. This is different. But I would definitely want to bring in some tones in here, like all the other. No, out in this case, I would bring in the other piece. Where is that piece? I think we have it somewhere here. This piece. I wouldn't put it here. Not sure. Is this a mirror? If this is light deco, I think I'll be comfortable, and then put the artwork on this side, on this wall, this side of the wall. Now, sometimes, you know, the heat can also have impact on the artwork. Maybe a little further away from the lamps would be a good idea, but I would definitely put it on this side. And then this leaf here, I'm assuming this is something light. But also the other thing is like on the wall. This wall looks like a concrete wall. But yeah, I think I would leave that here. I like the tones that are going on. It's the gray, but there's a blend of gray and blue. So yep. Ooh. A nice big piece of this one here. Let's see. Let's go into the favorite. Let's go into the favorite here. And I'll show you. So I have two pieces in mind. I have this. Okay, I'm thinking about this right here. That's one. The other one I'm thinking, I feel this one here would blend better because it has a more you want to go for a big, because this is a wide wall. Let's try the blue. I want to try the blue frame on this one as well. How do we feel about this frame? Right there. Out right here. Or slightly higher. I think this would blend slightly higher away from the mirror. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We got 2 more minutes. Oh, look at that lamp. Now I see there's again in this situation I would do 2 pieces, one on one side and maybe a mirror on this side, and then an art piece on this side, on the side of the bed. I don't know. Oh, maybe we could make that a more narrow, make it in a vertical 8 by 10. That would go on the side here, side of the bed. And then the other piece would go either on this side or have some kind of decor or something going on this side, or another piece. But definitely this would, yeah, I would go for that. Or if not that, we can still go for this piece here. We can still go for this piece here, right? right here, just above the plant. Or have it on this side since we have the plant, but I feel like you gotta have two pieces on, you know what, in the center here, because there isn't much space on the wall, so one piece would do here, and maybe in a more, not a vertical but a horizontal piece, not too close to the bed. Oh, no, we don't want this here. This is what we want. Okay. Or another alternatively, we could also still use this piece here. Let's go to favorites. We could still use this piece here, right there. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it off for today. If you have any questions with regards to the pieces that we've looked at today here, or if you need help with the framing, if you need help navigating the page and working with the frames, please feel free to either follow here, or you can send a private message. Send right here where it shows contact. You can send your message, and whatever the message is about, or whatever details or questions that you have regarding the artwork, if you need help, if you need guidance on how to set up, or whatever the situation is that relates to today's pieces, please feel free to get in touch. And remember, you can have these pieces here. You can either, if you don't want it all framed, you can request a print, right? It's all priced out for you. It also comes in, you can have your pieces as canvas if you don't want the frame, if you don't like the frame, the frame detail and matting that goes with the pieces we're looking at, and you just want your image on canvas, you can still have that. It's very basic. This is how it is. It's still framed, and the canvas is framed around your piece, and it's sent to you with the hanging mechanism behind it. Or if you want your piece, you can also have your, if you want posters, you want to order posters of any of the pieces that you've seen, you just go in, select the dimension that you want the piece, and it will be shipped out right to you. Framed pieces, that's what we're looking at. If you want to avoid the frame, the matting, and all the details that go with this kind of framed pieces, then the canvas might be an option. You can also have this artwork comes on metal, so it can be printed on metal, but it's backed with a thin layer of wood at the back on which the hanging mechanism is set. So if you're looking for more like a metallic, it's painted with aluminum, so it's a very light aluminum material that is used, but also creates that shiny, nice, glossy look to the artwork. So if you want it in a metallic metal print, that's also available. We also have it in acrylic. If you want acrylic paint, acrylic prints, those are also available for you. So it's a matter of selecting. Also wooden print. Did I mention wooden print? You can also have the artwork printed on a piece of wood, if based on where you want to put it. Although the wood is not as vibrant, I mean, the colors are not gonna pop as they do on a printed or the other materials, but it's still visible, and you know, it can still work in whichever space you want it. And lastly, it's tapestries. We also have the material comes in tapestries. So if you want that, just go into select the image and select the size that you want. So the price is going to be based on the price or on the size. So once you select the size will show you the price, and also you can go you can go and design how deep you want that image to look on your tapestry. There's room for adjustment if you want the whole tapestry to be covered, or if you want just part of it, or if you just want just a certain length of the image, and then the other part with a different color. You can do that. So right here you can decide on the image size, but you can also select the color, the background color of your tapestry. So do not be afraid to go to the site. And I think those are the three different materials in which the artwork comes. It's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. This is shipped, so based on the website here, it's shipped over, so they've shipped over 1 million items worldwide for over 5,000 plus artists. Each purchase comes with a 30-day money guarantee back. So yeah, there is tons of artists on this site, so that's why it's important that you know who the artist is, or you know whose store you're interested in, and which images you're interested in. Otherwise, you're gonna be browsing forever before you get to the image that you're interested in. The other thing is, like, if you can't get directly to this, if you're on TikTok right now and you go into the link, it will lead you to this. However, if you just want to go on Google, you can Google based on that, right, on the name of the store, or you can just enter, once you get to the page, you can just enter the names of the artists, and then it will take you right to the artist's page, and then you should be able to view all the images and select which image you want to work with. Okay, until then, it's been a pleasure as always. I hope you enjoyed. So that's the profile pic of the artist that you're looking for, and that will lead you right to the page details. And once you're checking out, of course, the checking out, once you select the item, the page will request for your details, because that's shipped out directly to your address. So just like any other e-commerce pages or online purchases, it's the same concept. You go, you select, you add items that you want to your cart, and then once you're ready, you enter, you have to create a profile so you can see so you can follow through with your items. So you definitely have to create a profile on this page, and on that profile it will it keeps track of the items, and also it will give you the shipping details or the item details, when you're gonna receive them, and what other details that there might be. Okay, so feel free to browse the page. And if you have questions, as I said, feel free to follow the page, number one. But nevertheless, whether you follow or not, you can still send your questions, concerns, or anything that you might have in mind with regards to what's going on, what's on the page. Okay. Until then, it was a pleasure. This website is digs.com. If you like the designs that you saw here, I feel like I should give credit, because they do have quite a lot of beautiful, inspiring setups. So if you want to check it up, you can check it out at your own time. But definitely, I just felt like I should give them. I just feel like I should give credit, because it's been very helpful in pairing up and bringing some of the ideas that I had to share with you. It's made it a lot easier to visualize the ideas and have them in real time. Okay, until then, have yourself a good day, a good night, and a good evening wherever you are. Until next time, cheers. I think Facebook won't let me. Oh, Facebook. It won't let me log off. Okay, let's see.